Hello everybody, Ninja-Trix here, and I am excited to bring you a top 10 best list on not games for a system, but games for a genre. I have compiled a list of the top 10 best first-person shooters for any platform. The only rule is I must have played it, and I cannot use compilations or games from the same series. Let's get blasted into the first one on the list. 10. Medal of Honor Pacific Assault. Medal of Honor is a series known for its historical, fictional war games, and this one is no different. Pacific Assault is about the beginning of World War II, featuring the bombing of Pearl Harbor and D-Day, along with several other missions throughout the war. Despite the game being fictional, it tries its best to be as historically accurate as possible, with every detail being, as they put it, meticulously researched. If you are a history buff who likes shooters, I would definitely suggest you give this game a go. 9. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. When I talk about Rainbow Six, I am not referring to Siege. I am talking about the original version. The game consists of planning a path for the divisions of Rainbow to go, and once you made your planned paths, you can play through them like a standard FPS. There are different roles you can take on, like Assault or Escort, which add tons of different ways to play. As a plus, the game is very mild compared to modern Tom Clancy games. Unfortunately, the game is so old that it may not work on your computer. When I play it, I have to use a Windows XP laptop instead of the 10 desktop, due to compatibility issues, but if you can play it, I definitely recommend it. 8. Ironfall Invasion. Ironfall is a 3DS eShop exclusive shooter with similar gameplay to Gears of War. Even though it's not first person, it still deserves a place on the list with how well it plays. It's hard to ignore the technical feat of a shooter like itself on a portable device. If you want a more serious game on your 3DS, then this may be the one. 7. Command & Conquer Renegade. Many people didn't like Renegade because it didn't stay true to the playstyle of Command & Conquer, but it still did a lot right. The game had good voice acting and story, but still had what mattered most in a video game: the gameplay. You can take up an arsenal of different weapons to help you extinguish the enemy and bring order to the planet. I would recommend you get this game on PC to play in glorious HD, and see why it's on the list. 6. Toxic. The main premise of Toxic is that the game ditches all the new improvements of modern shooters and goes back to the roots of classic arena shooters with modern visuals. Since the game was set in the future, it has a techno aesthetic, but still works to make the function of all weapons apparent at a glance. Although it requires a hefty PC to play due to the graphics, it is a great game and can be played for free or with a one-time pay of $15. I love that it doesn't have microtransactions. EA! 5. Halo 2 Anniversary Edition. If I had to pick one Halo game, it would be the remake of 2. The main reason is for the graphical upgrade and the already perfected gameplay. Halo 2 has dual wielding and some of the best maps I've played. The original still has a fair share of glory, but for me, it's the sequel that takes the win. 4. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. I know I said that I wouldn't put two games from the same series on the list, but technically Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon are separate series. As for Ghost Recon, I believe it is a great game because it focuses on covert missions. The main goal for most missions is to stay out of the sights of enemies and take them out as needed. There is also a solid multiplayer that, although it's difficult to set up, is fun for a short afternoon with friends. 3. Star Wars Republic Commando. Star Wars Republic Commando is a squad-based FPS where you control an elite group of clones called Commandos. You play as Delta 3-8 and work with the Republic to decimate the Separatists, and complete other missions. The game heavily focuses on its single-player campaign, but also has a solid multiplayer. It also has some of the best maps ever crafted in a video game. The main mechanic I like is the ability to control your squad by giving them orders to follow, so you can either play it safe and guide from afar, or get down and dirty obliterating the opposing threat. 2. Metroid Prime 3. Of course Metroid is on here. Is that even a surprise? The main reason Metroid Prime 3 is the best of all its predecessors is because of the large, well-built environments and carefully crafted storylines. But what separates it are the new controls. The Wii Remote adds a fluent game style that only the Wii can offer, but if you want to play in a more standard style, computer emulation can get pretty close to a standard control scheme. 1. Star Wars Battlefront 2, 2008. Even though I already had a Star Wars game on this list, Battlefront is separate from Republic Commando. I think that Battlefront 2 is the pinnacle of shooters, using a hybrid first and third person viewpoint to make certain characters play better, and the heroes can easily turn the tides of battle, making it one of the most balanced shooters. The large number of computer characters also helps the issue of not enough people playing. But let's face it, the only reason you would play this game is for the multiplayer, and I can assure you it's good. I will commonly play this with friends and family who are far away using the online, which has been brought back to Steam due to high popularity. And when we're all gathered, we play the original Xbox version together and have an all-out great time. I want to thank you for staying till the end, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions on future videos, please feel free to tell me. I am always open to suggestions. Ninja-Trix, signing out.